Hey guys, and welcome back to our Havre AC save here on Football Manager 2017. I hope everyone is doing well today. We are back as promised for the Chamois Nortois FC battle. Unfortunately, at the time when we set this match, I thought it was going to be a first versus second. Um, it appears that Racing Club de Lens has taken that slot up. This is first versus fifth, which I'm okay with. It's still going to be a good match. This is one of two tough matches we have left. As you can see, we are 9 points clear in the table on 32 matches. We have 6 to go. The Chamois game, as well as the Gazalek Ajaccio game, being the toughest matches that we have left. And we play Red Star on the final day. I think they're playing a little over their head, so that's why I don't factor that in quite so much. But the other three games that we have are all against either relegation or relegation embattled clubs. So I suspect we should be coming into this one. To be fair, they need to pick up, 10 points in five, and we have to pick up zero, or 10 points in six, and we have to pick up zero. Three of these games, I think we can clear. I think we ought to be able to win. So I suspect we are going up as champions, provided we don't implode. Taking a look at the results, we played Troyes last time and won that one 4-0. We then had the Derby de Normandie against Racing Club de Lens. We unfortunately drew 0-0 in this one, which was a little disappointing, but derbies are always hard-fought matches, so is what it is. We then played AC Ajaccio, which is always going to be a tough match. They are a bouncer club up and down to League One. So we did win 1-0 on the road with Gimbert getting netting one in that one. We then spent a little quality time on TV against Bourg and Bresse. On this one, we did win 2-1. I was a little disappointed to let up a goal. We let it up virtually instantly. So we had to kind of claw our way back into that one. We then went in back home to the Stade Ocean against another tough League One level opponent in Stade de Reims, and drew 1-1 on this one. Youngster Mana Dembele, well, he's not that young actually. Mana Dembele came in, coming back from injury a little bit, netted the one to go ahead. We unfortunately gave up the equalizer virtually instantly. Kind of pissed me off. We then went on the road and lost a frustrating battle to Valenciennes, 1-0. This was a game where we started to show some odd frailty in that we were giving up a lot of possession. This is a balance we haven't had all year, and it's a little frustrating, to say the least. We repeated the same problem against Stade Bressois. In this one, again, really lopsided possession for us, which is really odd, especially at home. Um, we missed a penalty in this one, which didn't help the situation any, but really unusual. So I'm hoping that we turn this around on there. So looking at the squad and the stats, our goal leader in the league is Gimbert on 15 in 30 appearances. So he's good for one every other game in the league. And then we've got Alamami Gori in there scoring, and then a smattering of goals from other places. I asked he should be back in the team as an assist man. We've got a bunch of good assists coming from the midfield, and the right side is absolutely our dominant side. So we need to learn how to figure out how to balance things out a little bit. Average rating, Chibake and Mendy, our fullbacks, are leading the charge, and Enzo Real, who is a nice pickup in the midfield on that. So I think, tactically, let me just make sure I don't have something silly on in the instructions like that. Our right side has been overly dominant. What do I want to do? Where is Cedric? He's going to come in. Ball winning. I want to bring him in. Nah. Sorry, I'm just doing a little thinking in my head. Okay, that is a solid approach to this particular game. Deanna's cooling off a little bit. I think he's still been good, but I'm going to put Cedric Kembone back in. I think, and he may be hanging around with us in um, League One. I want to go after my center backs as we move up. I've got a bunch of other talent in places I think the rest of the squad is solid to go up with. But we're going to need to do something about our goalkeeping situation. And although he's injured for another 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to need to do something about our goalkeeping situation for a little bit. He's 16. I'm not going to throw him out there. And our two center backs, but that's okay. If that's the only work that we have to do when we move up, then so be it. We are on the road. Let's do this. Okay, we're just going to drop our right back a little bit. So we're underway. Hopefully this turns into a little better of a, Jesus Christ. Hopefully we're not picking up reds. We are currently in the upper part of the table when it comes to cards, at least in red cards. Not really sure what the hell that was or why he felt the urge to keep that in, but I'll take the deep throw in. That was odd. I will call that like I see it. That was odd. Farrat, Gimbert finds Fontaine. Ooh. Rewards our love for getting him into the side. So this is more the squad I like to see. This is more the situation. The last two matches I'm going to have to go back and do some deeper analysis and figure out what the AI did on us, because they completely turned this on its head. We were low 40s in possession, which for us is incredibly odd. Given that we have took a nasty deflection, got the keeper going in the wrong direction. So unfortunate, but good for us. Which is really weird given our style. I mean, it's possible that they've gotten more aggressive. I'm trying to figure it out because I don't want to go up into League One and get massacred week in and week out. If there's some fundamental flaw in what we're doing that I'm not seeing, that by class we've just gotten better than everybody else, so we've been able to sort of fluff our way through it. I don't want to. Nice shot from Ayasi there, deep. I don't want to go in with a huge exposure tactically to that. I don't anticipate changing a whole lot. Gimbert gets rejected. I don't anticipate changing a lot moving up. I think this squad is good enough to compete at that level, especially with some time and some games. I think we are solid enough to compete at that level. I think the tactic provides us with enough cover, assuming I understand why those two games happened, so that oh, come on, guys, that our patient possession control should be enough to give us some cover. I think, like I said, I think we need to work on keeping and our two center backs, but the rest of the squad I think is at least at League One caliber. That was really shit. So I'm not super concerned on it, but I want to make sure that if we're getting pressed by higher caliber opponents, I'm not anticipating we're going to go into like Monaco and the Parc des Princes and really be able to do anything meaningful. But I would like to be able to beat the lower table teams and kind of Ayasi with a rocket, just can't quite get it in there. Even into the bottom half of the table. If we can be competitive across that, that should get us secure. And that's really what I'm looking for is a platform to be secure, to make the money that we need to be secure, to keep the system up and cranking until we can really start developing some of the characters that we're finding and bringing in. I do like that you can see the official playing advantage now. I finally figured out what that little yellow, the little yellow icon when he's in there. It's when the official plays advantage. So it's nice to see that. That is actually a really cool little feature in the game. Just over the bar. Well, we're enjoying. Got a nice brew on to enjoy this evening, and we'll see what transpires. Come on. I'm trying to record the couple of the finish the season, so I have a little bit of time to. Ooh, nice save from Fofana to work out the prep work for League One to make sure that we are set and ready to go. But like I said, I think we're in a pretty good place. Ooh, Chibake, come on, let's go. Put the wheels on. We got the counter moving. Let's go. Come on, get in there deep. Or you could, well, um, I'm hoping that the club gives us some enhancements. Like so far, we can't really go and see. We can't see South America. We really can't see outside of France. Now, um, I'm not really super interested in seeing wildly outside of France. Oh Jesus. Oh come on. I'm not interested in South America, but what I really would like to do is be able to see the French territories, especially in Africa, because I just fucking missed that one. Oh, he puts a hand to it just to sort of give it a high five on the way in the net, and we are drawing. As I was saying, I do want to see Africa because I want to see the French colonies or former French colonies in Africa where we can pick up French dual national youth, which is ideally what we want to bring into the club. Like I said, I'm not interested in the Brazil, Argentina crowd. I'm not interested in those guys because that's not the point of this save. We are French. We are going to bring some French dominance to the proceedings. So I want to see the place where strong French come from, and we all know Africa is a good source for that. I am not happy with what I saw. Let's see if that gets them moving. So that's what I'm hoping for. Right now, we can't see them. We can only see inside of France. Not that that's a huge issue. Like I said, I'll show you in the launch episode for next season. There's a bunch of youth that we're bringing in, especially from French teams. Some Lyon, Marseille, those characters, which are obviously not slouches by any stretch of the imagination. So, oh, come on, you got your pocket just picked. They're no slouches. So I think there is some solid pickups to be made for sure, which is what we want. But I do want to get into some of those other regions, like I said, because I'm convinced that there is some. Brules just misses wide. There's some real serious talent that we want to go after there. I'm gonna do this because you're not looking all that great. And Mendy isn't doing anything, so let's bring Niakate in. Fontaine finds Ferrat. Come on, Denny, don't do something stupid. Or do something stupid. And okay, whew. Puts us in a bind. And he falls asleep. Cross. Come on, get it out of there. Let's go. Settle it down. Okay, well, that seems to have stabilized the back, but Rocheteau, get it out wide. Let's go. Nikate, Brules picks it up. And that was just awful. I mean, I guess we got the throw in, but that was just. So this is where we've been struggling with. Oh Jesus, we've really been struggling. I don't quite understand the weird slump we've hit. Because we certainly have hit a weird slump. Now, okay, fine. This is a tougher team, and drawing is not the worst thing in the world with a tougher team. But we've been dominant. I mean, just dominant in the league, and this is doing nothing but creating endless. Oh, Gory, come on, can you put it in there? Yes. This has been doing nothing but creating endless doubts about what we want to do and the shape of the team when we move up. So, little faith. Gotta have faith. Need to make sure we have faith. Puts that in there again. That to quote Major League, it's enough of that little Olay bullshit on there. But okay, well, we'll take this. We play well. I'm not super disappointed. Oh, Lens is winning as well against the team we will face later before the end of this season down the stretch. But that's okay. because if we win, doesn't matter what they do. Like I said, at this point, it needs to be fairly miraculous for us to be caught. I mean, we'd really have to hit just an absolute. Oh, Gory with a nice move. Ooh, nice move. Just couldn't get it finished. I like him. He and Gimber have made a nice duo. I like him as a super sub almost. Oh, um, right now. I don't know what his real aspirations are, but at the woo, roasted right over the bar. I really do like him in that sort of super sub role. He's Brules. He's gonna turn and fire that. He does a really shoot. Come on. He does a really, really solid job of coming in and being able to create. And there we go. A little defense from the Akate. He does a really nice job of being able to come in off the bench and give us those kind of, big match goals, which is what I don't know what the hell that was, but it's what you want out of, your striker. I'm like, our first choice guy is out there struggling. He gives us a code. Do not do what I think you're going to do. He gives us a totally different look up front in the advanced forward versus the defensive forward. It allows us to push the line. Admittedly, we're on the road and we're not pushing the fullbacks quite as hard because that would also help, especially on the left side. If I drew that up a little bit more, that would give us a little bit more width and dimension, which also really helps us exploit what Gory does up top. But he does have a lot of speed and whatnot, so he does let us do some very different things, which I like. It gives us it gives the tactic and the whole scheme sort of a very, very different dimension. We'll get it out for the corner. A little nervy here. I like that we've rebalanced the world back to what I expect it to be. In terms of possession, in terms of shots. I wish we were a little better at being on target, but oh, come on, get it out of there. Whoa. Chipped us over the top, but we get it cleared. See, he's got great speed. He can come. He's chasing him out. Okay, he's not leaving him under a ton of pressure, but he certainly makes him run for it. Oh, come on, stop that. Yeah. Let's just kill the rest of the time here. Fofana at 16 isn't smart enough to realize that we wanted to kill all that time, but okay. I also like that you can now see where the official's looking, so you can see if things change and he misses it. But there you go, guys. A 2-1 victory for Le Havre AC. Let's get the boys amped up a little bit. We are, Racing Club wins theirs. So we maintain our 9-point advantage in there. So just a quick look at the schedule, and I will see you on the last day of the season for Red Star FC. Hopefully we are celebrating promotion. So until then, guys, if you like the videos, do leave a like on it. If you got any thoughts or comments, please hit me up on in the comment box below, and I will gladly get back to you as soon as I see them. And until next time, guys, I will see you later.